I want to start off just by recognizing 9/11, and came in this morning and the scoreboard had this waving flag on the Jumbotron, and our ROTC was marching every step in Carter Finley Stadium. And over the loudspeaker, they were saying the names of many of the people that were lost on that tragic day, and really just, take a minute to remember that. And the horrific act that it was. And also, my father's birthday, and lost him this past year. So his first birthday that he's having, and hopefully he's happy birthday, Dad. He's enjoying himself in heaven, and maybe he's hanging out with Jimmy Buffett today. I don't know. But, there's a series of firsts you go through in life, and this is my first year without him on his birthday. So I want to take a minute to make sure that I do give him a shout out. In regard to the game, let's start with our fans. They were awesome coming back after a 90-minute weather delay. I know I didn't say that in my press conference. There's a million things going through my head after a 5.5-hour game. But before I even talk about the game, just thank you. Wolfpack are tough people, and that's what I love about this place. We say hard, tough together, and you guys were. So thank you to our fans, our students, showing your commitment to our players and our staff with your actions and your support. Not a lot of fan bases would do that after 90 minutes. And so it's noticed, and we love you for it. With regard to the game itself, Notre Dame's a very good football team. In all three phases, they were what they looked to be on tape. They were a big, fast, sound, physical, well-coached football team. And, with that, it was a one-score game in the fourth quarter, and a one-score game in which we didn't play very well. I think we did not play complementary football. I told our team, at the end of the game, the scoreboard is it's a collection of points that is a scorecard for plays made and plays not made. And they made more plays than we did. Throughout the game, I think the score was not indicative of the game, but I do think the score was very indicative of the plays we didn't make at the times we needed to make them. And so it's a great learning opportunity on complementary football. We talk about that to ad nauseum here, but I think all of us know that our older people, sometimes something has to actually happen versus being said for a lesson to be learned. As parents, we all know that. This team learned a lot in that game. That was a top 10 team that we played. It was, rewinding the game, we're down 7 points. It's 24-17. We scored to make it 24-17 on Brennan's run after a nice drive down the field. The next possession, great pass rush strain by Brandon Cleveland, forces a fumble on a sack. Noah Potter scoops it up. We're at the plus 17, and we got momentum, and everybody is thinking, here we go, and it was a great play. Ball's on the 17. We throw a inside fade route to KC in the corner. Beautiful ball by Brennan. KC elevates, gets two hands on the ball, and their DB knocks it out instead of us coming down with it. And those are the kind of plays that I know KC is going to make in his career. But when you're playing a top 10 team, you've got to make competitive contact plays that are difficult to make, and routine plays, and then a couple just like, wow, like Keon's play was a wow play. It's a great football play by him. And as we've seen over, players' careers, I was a freshman that has made some plays, 9 catches already for us. But that was a big play we needed and didn't make. And the next play, Dylan, a very veteran center, flinches, and we get a penalty. It's 2nd 15, now 3rd and 17. All of a sudden, we go out to kick a field goal that we normally would make. That Braden has been very consistent inside of 40 in his career, and just, pulled it. So came out of that. I think that was the turning point of the game. I really do. Obviously, the next 3 drives resulted in touchdowns for them and turnovers for us. So just didn't get it done. Every time we got momentum back, Notre Dame answered, and you have to give them credit, and we have to learn from that, taking advantage of momentum. But like I said, sometimes you need to lose to enforce something that's important. Our players do play hard. You see that in the end. They made more plays than we did, and you have to give them credit for that. The scoreboard showed it, and that's a reflection of plays made and not made. Like I said, I think on a positive on offense, it's great to see Bradley Rosner. He sparked us with a really nice catch on third down over the middle, elevated, and then the touchdown on the scramble play by Brennan. Keon Lassane, had a great third down conversion, had 2 tough runs, and then made a great play down the sideline on a diving fade ball. And then Javonte Vereen elevated himself. He went from just playing in the UConn game to making plays in the Notre Dame game. So that was growth, playmaking ability that we can build on. We were 2 of 2 on short yardage. That was an area that we were wanting to be better in, and we were. We increased our explosive plays from 4 to 9 in that game. And so, again, area we wanted to be better at. Negatives, we didn't capitalize on field position in the first half. The defense really did a good job setting up the offense in the first half with some shorter fields that we didn't score. We had 4 pre-snap false starts, which cannot happen. 2 of them killed drives. Had 3 interceptions. Obviously, as the game got out of hand, I think Brennan pressed on one of them. One of them was a great throw, which, was a drop that turned into an interception. And the other was a shot call where we threw a fade down the sidelines. Just got to do a better job getting it outside. But that happens sometimes when you throw deep balls. But we can't turn the football over at that rate. We have to do a better job of finishing catches. I think the drops sometimes don't kill you. In this game, we had 3 drops that were really nice throws on third down that would have been conversions. Anytime you convert on third down, you increase your odds of scoring. And so those are areas that we have to get better. Defensively, like I mentioned, we started fast, 2 back-to-back 3-and-outs, really came out aggressive. It was great to see the first play of the game on defense. Savion Jackson just blows it up and makes a tackle. His first play back from his injury looked awesome out there. I thought our D-line played much better. I thought we were more square and vertical. Last week against UConn, I thought we were turned too much and lateral. So that was improvement. I thought our third down defense, particularly third and long, we were very good. And got some pressure, 4 sacks on the quarterback, had 5 tackles for loss, so 9 plays in their backfield. Peyton Wilson and Jalen Scott were both super active. Peyton had 2 incredible effort plays in the game. I think Shy and Aiden both covered well. They were tested in their tackling, and they made those guys tackle with their tight edge formations. Negatively, we gave up too many explosive plays, and not indicative of who we are. The 80-yard touchdown run coming out of the 90-minute break was frustrating. On the field, I felt like, wow, they just came out and really knocked us off the ball. They didn't. If you watch the play, our linebackers and D linemen fit that play perfectly. And we had an unblocked player that just took a bad angle, didn't see the guard pull, should have been right there, actually got his fingertips on the guy, but should have been there to make that play for a 3-yard gain. And then we need to run that down in the back end. The 2-minute before the half drive was really disappointing. We drive down and get a score and cut that game to 1 possession. And, we're going to get the ball to start the third quarter. And then, receiver gets rerouted by Aiden out of bounds and comes back in, and our safety loses him. That's his third. He's playing a deep third. He needs to stay in his third. And that's Sean Brown, just, young player that needs to understand the situation 2-minute and stay with depth on his side of the field. I thought our eye discipline defensively, as the game went on, got worse and worse, and they exposed us with some play actions and nakeds because of that. And generally, when you see that, guys are trying to do someone else's job. And so for us, there's just a big emphasis right now on just, do your part, do it as well as you can, and then play with tremendous effort, something that we'll definitely grow from. I think special teams was a definite positive. We won that area of the game other than the missed field goal. Our punt return was much better. Jalen Coit went from being nervous in game 1 to being a difference maker in game 2, plus 10 in his punt returns, and helped us in field position, did a great job catching the ball. The guys battled for him, and our punt team handled a lot of pressure. Notre Dame was a very aggressive rush team. I thought those guys did a nice job. Cecil Powell did a great job covering our punts. They had 0 return yards in the game, and they were on a mission to block a punt and didn't get there. So guys did a great job protecting. Now on to VMI. Coach Rocco's a experienced head coach. He's built several successful programs. We played against him. I think it was my first year or second year. I don't remember when he was at Richmond here, but a really good football coach, hard-nosed guy, and knows how to coach a football team and build a program. He's in his first year. I think for us this week is really critical to focus on us. It's a great week to get into our fundamentals. And I'm excited, to get back on the grass and see the guys work. And we acknowledge there was an opportunity there to do something against Notre Dame, but also realize the improvement we need to make as a team and we will make to be the team that we want to be. This team will respond. There's really good leadership in this football locker room. The best way to get over this feeling is to get out and play and go get after somebody else. And the guys know, they understand what happened in that game. There was a true sense of anger in the team room yesterday because they know that they let one go and that they're better, than they showed in that game. And so it's exciting to get out with a team like that and fight it, face of adversity, fight harder and get after it. And, on a health note, just do want to make note of this. It was on the depth chart, but Jakeem Harris will be out for the year. He tore his pec in the UConn game on the 3rd play and had surgery, success. He will be back. He'll have another year with us, and I know he'll do a great job. He did Saturday. He was out there helping the guys. He'll be a coach from a player's perspective that we'll have this year, and just kind of a freaky deal on a tackle. But we should get Ashford back either this week or definitely next week. So we lose Jakeem, but eventually we'll have Rock back. Rock's doing really well. He looked good yesterday in the building when I saw him. So, but prayers for Jakeem. I know a guy that works as hard as anybody in this locker room and was going to play, a huge part in our defense this year. So it always hurts losing a starter that has that much game experience. And next guy up, it's opportunity now for Sean Brown, an opportunity, for Devin Boykin to show his leadership for us back there, and Bishop Fitzgerald, and then Rock when he comes back.